No, but see, the real girls will like slap you if you touch their butts. Welcome back to Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Oh my God, Ben!
We are on season 35. The relationship with Rob and the Goat has not panned out as intended.
We skipped over 8 episodes.
8 seasons.
No, more than that. It was, what is it, 21?
Yeah.
So we skipped over 14 episodes.
Longest running series ever, though. We're 35 seasons. We beat The Simpsons.
Yeah.
The relationship with Rob and the Goat did not pan out as planned, but do not worry, Rob is now in a relationship with 24 canaries and an owl.
Yeah, the problem is those canaries will not shut up, man. The damn things keep squawking and carrying on.
What about the owl?
The owl minds its own business, which is cool. Me and the owl are cool. Like, me and the owl are, like, cool, man. Like, like I look at the owl, I'm like, look, man, like, I don't know about you, man, but, like, I'm really tired of these canaries. And he's like, yeah, dude, like, I want to...
The owl's a
The
guy?
owl can talk?
Yeah, the owl's a dude.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's Mr.
Rob's
Owl.
a progressive guy who's married to owls.
No, that's right, I am married to the owl. The owl's a chick. And, like, and... No,
well, okay then.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Owl. Like
Mrs. Owl is her name? That's the official name?
That's the official name.
Oh, okay.
If I ever own an owl, I'm going to call it like Mr. or Mrs. Owl.
Well,
That's
listen,
gonna
if
be
you
it.
ever do own an owl, you better just take it with you so you can just
Yeah, it just sits
right
on
here.
you.
Oh, yeah.
And you can be like, am I going to Hogwarts yet?
Oh, dude. Man, like, dude, where's my letter, man? You can tell me.
Anyway, the Nathalie and Ben situation's gotten pretty weird. Ben moved to the moon, and Nathalie went to Venus, because men are from Mars and women are from Venus, but Ben got lost and went to the moon.
Nah, Ben. Get it right. I went to Uranus.
Welcome to Listcussions. This is our show, An Eligible Monster, where we take lists from other locations. Another one from What Culture. Apparently, that's where we've been poaching them lately.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I've noticed
What
that.
culture is awesome, man.
They are awesome. We do like What Culture.
They're really cool.
They're funny and they're interesting, and the lists
Yes.
are good.
Yes.
But since there's no real sense in rehashing a list, we just got it from What Culture, and we're going to talk about it because that's what we do.
Hey, at least we reference our sources.
We do. We're letting them know.
We cite our sources.
We're not pretending like, wow, we just think so much like What Culture.
Yeah.
We're just like them.
Almost word to word.
Yeah.
Number 7. Prince Sidon, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What?
I mean, I assumed you would know what I'm talking about because you've played the game. You guys both played the game.
Yeah, I don't even
have
know what
not.
you're talking
He's
about.
an annoying guy who's in the Zora family.
Yeah, I haven't played the game since I lost my Switch on the plane.
Oh my God, Rob! You need to tell them this story. You need to tell them this
hold
story.
on. There's no lost your Switch. You left your Switch on the
yes.
plane.
Yeah,
And
I
you
didn't.
did not
Losing
care
would
to look
imply
for
you
it.
don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, and I probably could have gone back to get it, but
You
but
could've.
we were too far along by the time I realized it, and I was like, whatever.
You mean like 50 minutes in the car? You were like, whatever.
I mean, we were like off the plane and out of the airport. I mean, what?
Not even in the car yet.
I mean, do we?
Oh
like,
my
what,
gosh,
like,
Rob.
what do we? I mean, do I go back and be like, hey guys, did anybody find like the most sought after handheld console?
This
sitting
was like
here?
a month after that
And,
thing
like,
came out. Yeah.
And like turn it in. Did anybody anybody
that's
have that?
true.
Like, no.
You do have a point.
Let me tell you something, man. If I find a Nintendo Switch sitting on a plane, that's my Nintendo Switch, and there's no two ways about it.
So anyway, Prince Sidon has amassed a huge sprawling fan base on the back of a relatively minor role. He's introduced as a member of the Zora royal family and is established as a cool, likable chap with his own fan club. Art imitating real life. I assume that's a What Culture joke.
Absolutely, it's not mine.
You made that?
No.
Oh,
it's
you're
not-
so clever to
it's
steal
not-
from them.
Sure.
You're a genius.
This is why I quote them, guys. I told you at the very first sentence of this script is from What Culture.
Right.
I didn't say it was from me, guys.
Anyway, no, I was not a fan of that character. He annoyed me.
Really?
The fight with him is you have to go fight the beast, and he like splashes through the water,
Well,
and he
Ben,
throws you in the air, and you shoot the arrows,
it's the
and then you
last
land,
time.
and he's like, "Well, I'm still better than you, Link," and I'm like, "Screw you, Prince Sidon!"
It's the last time I'm trying to make you happy by
Why?
just putting Zelda in there.
I don't like Sidon,
All
whatever,
right, well,
however you
just
pronounce
move on.
it.
Just move on. It's cool. Whatever.
Number 6, Cuphead.
Wow. Never played Cuphead.
See?
But you've seen Cuphead.
I've seen Cuphead. It
This
looks
one-
amazing.
It is.
It
You would
looks
be.
cool.
I give you 30 minutes, and you'd be like, "And I'm done."
Really? Yeah, I've heard it's super frustrating. I haven't actually watched it. Like, I've seen people play it a little bit, but I haven't seen like rage moments. Although I should look that up on YouTube.
You should see my rage
seen,
moment.
Oh, dude, I'd love
I
to see
threw
the
the
rage.
controller on the stream.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did you really?
We died like it was like the 20th time to the same boss at the same spot, and I was like, "Ah!" I just threw it down.
I've,
Done. Full control. Guys, we're gonna go play something else. We're gonna go play Black Desert Online.
where I can just, set my horse on like a
Auto run.
auto run. Yeah. That's pretty much what he does.
So anyway, Cuphead's a great character. I mean, I'm not going to really read what they've got here because they're just talking about what they like with the characters, unless we don't know the characters themselves. Cuphead is a like classic 1930s cartoon character whose head is a cup.
Yeah.
And his friend is Mugman. And Mugman drinks out of his own head. It's weird and disturbing, and it reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Homer's head turns into a donut, and he eats it and says he's yummy.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That and the episode where he eats a sandwich that was sitting behind the radiator. That was pretty awesome.
What about when he's left alone and he starts cooking his own limbs?
That one. There was another one of the horror stories. He discovers that it was the latest one. The latest one. Homer discovers that he is really tasty because of all the food he's eaten. So he starts cutting off pieces of himself, putting it on the grill.
Yes. That was pretty
I think
rough.
he gets down to just a head, and then he sacrifices himself for his family.
Yes. And he's like, I'm sorry. I've tried to resist, but I can't. It was weird. It was
a really weird episode.
But can we talk about Cup Souls, though? That's better than Cuphead.
Cup Souls?
Yes.
What's Cup Souls?
It's pretty much Dark Souls, but in the Cuphead universe.
I've never heard of that.
You definitely should watch the trailer then for it, because it's pretty badass.
Is it like a fan-made thing?
I think so,
gotta be.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
It's
It's
number
really
5.
great.
Horizon Zero Dawn Alloy. Now, I didn't play that
Aloy.
game. Aloy?
Oh, no. Okay.
Did you? I know you played that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was okay. The story was awesome. The idea behind it's amazing. The problem that I had is the game was just redundant.
For me, that came out at the same time as Zelda. I remember that because I was like, Zelda and this are very similar, and I like Zelda.
I can't exactly be against you on that either, just because it's like any open world, really. It's just going to be, if you want to collect everything, that is like an Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. That is the perfect game for you. But if you don't like these type of games, then you will hate that one.
Well, okay. But see, to me, what made the game difficult, what made the game kind of like frustrating, not really frustrating, what made it kind of redundant to me is you had to craft improved weapons when you went up against certain bosses.
Yes.
Whereas something with Far Cry 3 is just pick up a gun and shoot. That's it.
No, you you had a tree as well in Far Cry 3.
Skill tree. You stuck on the
skill
guns
tree.
though. You just grabbed the gun and you went with it.
But even then, the skill trees were simple enough. Like it was a progression system. You could kind of pick and choose, but you didn't have to go through and like craft weapons. And to me, it was interesting to just kind of run around. Like
in
you
Far
could
Cry
take out
Primal,
those.
you had to, man.
I didn't play Far Cry Primal.
Or Far Cry 4, I think.
I didn't like Primal either.
4 you didn't have to. You didn't have to do that.
No, I'm pretty sure 4
had a
I think you could
progression tree just
upgrade
like
the
3.
guns, but in the manner like in Wolfenstein, where you're just like, and now the gun has double magazines. You know?
Yeah, you could do the same thing in 3. No, in 3 you got the legendary guns, the super high-end guns. No, you could upgrade them.
I don't remember that, man.
Put silence. I'm pretty sure you could put silencers.
We don't remember.
Regardless, I can
Anyway,
see
talk
you
about the
coming
character.
from.
Yeah.
What character? Eloy?
Yeah, the one that.
Oh, well, yes. Well, listen, sorry, okay? We're just talking about different games now, okay? Just give me,
Far Cry's
okay.
not even on the list.
Aloy voiced over. Shut up, Aloy voiced over by Ashley Birch.
Yes.
Who's also Tiny Tina from Borderlands, and also Chloe from Life is Strange.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she's it's just an incredible character. She's very powerful. I love that actress.
The character I love, the story I love, the ending. Oh my God, the ending of the game I loved. Yeah,
the what now?
The ending of the game was amazing.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, like the
I
whole
thought you
thing.
just said you hadn't played it.
No, I played it. I just didn't like the whole thing of like having to do all the crafting.
Oh, you just found it done, but you got through it. You did the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I've done that before. You play a game, you're like, this part sucks.
Well, because
I want to know what's gonna happen.
The story is what kept me hooked.
Right.
That was the important thing.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. As far as DLCs go, I haven't touched them. So
The Frozen Wastelands or whatever.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
All I know is that Aloy will be in Monster Hunter.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool, I guess.
Also,
and
though,
Mega Man.
I started Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Oh my
you
God.
need to play that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you downloaded it. You had it on your PlayStation.
It's been there forever.
Yeah, it's been
but
there
I
for
finally
a while.
started it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure I want to play it. Like, I mean, the characters of Chloe, I think it is, and who was the other girl? The South African girl from the fourth one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
mean-
agree. I didn't find them interesting, which is why I haven't touched it in so long.
Well, I found them interesting as villains. I don't really find them interesting enough to follow their. Or I found, I guess that one girl isn't really a villain, but I didn't really find
Chloe's
them.
not a villain?
Yeah, Chloe's not a villain. I didn't really find them interesting enough to like want to follow their stories.
Well, and that's the exact same situation. I was like, they're cool characters. I like them as sidekicks. I didn't think they were going to be interesting as their own characters. So far, it's not bad. I'm only at chapter 3. But I figured I've downloaded it forever ago. I might as well beat it. You know.
Why are we talking about Uncharted?
I just wanted to throw that out there real fast because it made me think of a game that Rob likes. Anyway, number 4.
But it's not 2017, so.
It is
Actually, it is.
2017.
It's still 100% that year.
We've got like 2
Yeah,
weeks until
but-
2018.
Yeah, but they're recurring characters and not new characters.
I mean, I don't know what year it is where you're from, but like where I'm from is 2017. So.
Anyway, number 4.
Moving on.
Tubi from Nier Automata. I can never say that right. It's
Automata.
Nier. I just call it Nier.
Just near, yeah, I guess.
That's the girl in the skimpy outfit
Yeah,
with
you were showing me
bandana.
that.
It's
that
not a
has
skimpy outfit. God damn, Ben.
I mean, it's a pretty
Do you know what a
skimpy
skimpy
outfit.
outfit is?
It's pretty skimpy.
It's
It's a
like
pretty
dead or
skimpy
alive
outfit.
skimpy outfit.
No, that's a
Oh,
very.
wow.
That's,
Tubi in a dead or alive bikini?
That is a revealing
Up high.
outfit. What?
No, up high?
Like if you
She's a
like
robot,
all
man.
things considered.
So, sex bot.
All things considered, 2B's outfit was definitely not. A2's though. Now,
I'm
yes,
I'm just throwing this out there real quick.
Whichever one the chick was kind of a.
I'm just throwing
outfit.
this out there. Do you really think that the robot bodies of 2B, that the women built like that, were not originally intended to be sex bots in that timeline?
Well, of course they were. How are you going to get boys to play the game?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know?
Because maybe they'll get people to play their game because it's a good game.
But you got to get them to buy it so you can make sex bots.
Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first Nier, so.
Yeah, the first Nier didn't have. They had a big burly dude who was the father.
Doesn't matter. People still.
That's
knew
why no one bought
what
it.
Nier was. Okay, all right, Ben. Just moving on.
Because it didn't have sex bots.
Oh man.
Side note: all joking aside, I actually am a huge fan of the 2B character design. From outside, it looks very weird.
Yeah.
It's a girl in a Lolita outfit, basically, with white hair, and they're just like.
That's not really weird.
That's pretty
in video
weird.
games is not weird.
Nah, even in the world of video games, that stands out as being totally separate from everything else on the shelf.
I'm a robot, and this is evidenced by the fact that I'm wearing a Lolita outfit.
Right.
Like, why would a robot wear a Lolita outfit? Like, it's a robot.
I mean, name another game that isn't a weird Japanese release in the Vita that has that on the cover.
Would you rather have? I mean, it's a pretty recognizable character, first of all.
Well, it is now. Yes.
Would you just rather have just a naked robot?
I would rather it look like a robot. It's a machine.
Naked girl robot game. Make that happen, somebody.
All right, fair enough. Now, if I had to pick though, I'd go with A2, just because A2's design is a little bit better.
I mean, I don't understand why so much emphasis is put on the female features of robots. I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but it's like.
I 100% agree with you, because it's like games like a great example, one that you'll get, Skyrim. Why do the Argonian women have breasts?
Yeah, they're lizards.
Breasts.
They got lizard boobs. I don't know. They got scaly ass boobs. Who the hell's gonna touch those? I mean, they're scaly.
No,
as hell.
I agree with you on
would.
that. For a lot of,
I would personally.
you would touch scaly boobs.
Well, I'm into some weird shit. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, apparently you are. If you're all about like, I love chicks with scaly boobs, man.
But no, anyway,
out.
I agree with you on that one. Game designs get a bit weird
Yeah.
when everything that's considered female needs boobs.
Yeah.
Like, how is that functional? Now, maybe 2B has rockets in there, like in Rick and Morty,
Oh my
when he
God,
gets the
Ben.
sex bot and it turns into machine guns.
I think she would have used them if she actually had some rocket boobs.
That is Rob demonstrating machine gun
I'm
boobs.
just saying, it would be hilarious. You know,
Wouldn't it?
Like,
And moving on, you just ruined 2B.
I'm just
saying,
I love the
general-
character 2B.
that would
I
be
love
more
that
interesting
game.
to me. But I mean, I don't. Anytime I play a game that has a robot, the robot does not need to have female features.
No, I agree.
It's a robot, man.
I know you don't play Warframe, but that's actually one thing I'm enjoying about Warframe. Not everything just looks like an overly sexualized woman, but it's a robot. They look like robots and creatures.
I guess give the lonely boys something. I have no idea, but it's weird to me.
Or me, because I actually enjoy it.
Female.
Why does it have to be only guys, Rob?
Yes, Rob.
No, I'm saying why?
Okay,
look. If you need to sexualize characters in order to get your game to sell, then your game probably sucks. Like that's my philosophy.
No,
You know,
I will
I
disagree
mean-
with that though, because tons of games sexualize the characters, even though they're good games, just to get people to buy it.
Well, then you must
Metal
not.
Gear Solid 5.
Do you
like
want them
that
to
one,
be
right?
boring?
Yeah, but you must not have a whole lot of. Okay, yeah, like Quiet is a really good example.
Quiet
Like,
she's on a ton of marketing and she doesn't even talk.
but see, I don't even care about that. Like, I'm like, okay, so this chick's tits are
But
hanging
the-
out.
but
If I want to see that, I'll go to a porn website.
Well, no, I
I'm
agree
playing the
there,
game
but
for the
that's
So
why
are
they
you
put it
saying
in.
that
Yeah.
in any video games you'd rather have females just dressed up and you can see anything at
No,
all?
I'd rather have a game that markets itself based on the merits of the story instead of chicks who look like they're
But
super
Nier
hot.
is oh my god, Nier is an incredible story
No,
without having at least more than half the game does not even involve 2B, and it's still an amazing.
No, I
it
agree,
involves
but
a guy.
he's not wrong.
Oh, I know, but
the game could have it could have marketed itself with Emil's head, and it would have been a weirder looking game, but it's a good game.
Emil's,
but the fact
yeah.
is, they put the skimpy clad girl or the Lolita dressed girl on the cover to get guys to buy it. That's why she's on the cover.
I don't know. I mean, anything Square Enix.
Well,
would
that's
buy
marketing
anyway.
101. That's like having the girl in the bikini going, "Would you like a Pepsi?" And you're like, "What does that have to do with Pepsi?"
There's a reason Dead or Alive had those chicks looking like that.
There's a reason why there's a thing called Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've never played it, but I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's not bad. There's a competition where they butt bump.
I'd rather meet real girls than play video games with skimpy
No,
girls.
but see, the real girls will slap you if you touch their butts.
Well, okay, but I'm not gonna run up on a real girl and grab her boobs, man.
Number 3,
That's how you-
Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
Assassins. No,
That's
I've
the
not
new
played
one. That's the
Origins.
new one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to see what they have to say about this, because Bayek is a cool character. It reminds me of Ezio. They're finally focusing on a character who has a plot and a background, and it's not just I'm a badass assassin who's British, and this is my British accent. Dun, 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 dun.
That is a terrible accent.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed
It's not
Syndicate looked good, but I didn't like the story.
Right, no, that's what I mean. Like the characters I feel like were designed on their looks as opposed to actually having a personality and a backstory that
What are you
mattered.
talking about? Evie was awesome.
No, what was their story though? Other than
Jacob and Evie, the two
Yeah, but what was their
sisters.
story?
There's, I mean, I don't remember, but I.
Well,
I
then it
just
must
know
not have been that
I
great
enjoyed
if
it.
you
that's
don't
what I'm
remember
saying.
it.
But I still
I still
remember
enjoy it better
Ezio's
than-
story.
The story was great. I don't remember what it was.
That's what I'm saying.
The story was so great, and it impacted me so much. I don't remember what it
As
was.
a character, Rob. As a
You like the
character.
design
It
of
was
Evie.
the first female character, female assassin we actually had. That's why I enjoyed it.
I mean,
Right.
that I could see being cool, but
Yeah,
I mean,
and I was saying you like the design, but there's a difference. I don't remember the backstory of Jacob or Arno or Evie or any of these characters that have come out. 'cause
I don't
I've
even
played all
remember
of them.
their
You don't
names.
remember Jacob.
No, I don't remember the backstory is what I'm saying. But I still remember Ezio's backstory.
Yeah.
Because Ezio and Altair
That's because
had
it's the
amazing
first
story.
one.
No.
No,
Well,
Altair
Ezio
was the
second.
first one. Ezio was the
Second
second.
and third, and you know.
Right,
Yeah,
but
but-
Altair didn't even get a backstory in the first game. It fleshed out in like 2 revelations. What I'm
Because
saying
those
is,
because it was good because back then they were not releasing their yearly Assassin's Creed.
That's the
that,
problem.
Yeah, that turned it into shit pretty much. But it still does not mean that Syndicate was not good. It was still decent.
No,
well,
I mean,
we're not talking about the gamer. I'm talking about the backstory of the characters. They're not
Yeah.
memorable. That's the problem.
I mean, to me they were.
What I feel like they started doing was marketing the Assassin's Creed games on cool-looking assassins
Yeah.
versus memorable characters. And
So what do you have
Bayek
to see?
is
Yeah.
actually a really memorable character, and you have a
How
very
so?
direct purpose. Huh?
How so?
Well, I don't know. That's what I want to see what they say
Yeah,
about
Benny,
it.
how is he
Well,
memorable?
no, don't read it. You
How-
played it, so
Oh.
tell us.
Well, Bayek's character is at the beginning of the Assassin's Order, okay? And so the story behind Bayek is that he was basically his kid got murdered at the opening of the game. That's
Yeah,
what they
we've
all
seen
get.
that,
Yeah. So then him and his wife basically team up with Cleopatra, and he becomes a Magi, which is basically a police officer back then. And he goes around trying to fix this behind-the-scenes order and basically work with his wife and how his wife and him, they can't be together, but they want to be together. But they're so filled with vengeance to go kill the people who killed their son that the wife ends up going with Cleopatra and she does her own thing. Bayek himself is just trying to they're trying to go their different routes to get revenge. Is what it comes down to. And her answer is to put Cleopatra on the throne and to let that whole thing pan out. Bayek's answer is to go for straight vengeance. And so the character keeps running into each other and they keep having this whole we want to be together but we can't be together thing. And it's over and over and over, and the whole source of it is getting vengeance for his child who has been killed in the beginning of the story.
I can understand why he wants to get revenge him because his child was murdered in front of him, but the wife was not there.
It's still her child though.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
don't you think that it would have had more impact on her if she actually had seen her child being murdered?
No,
in
I
front of
agree.
her?
I mean, yeah, it's same thing. I mean, same thing. That's why it's so. But what I'm saying is his
Yeah,
character's
yeah,
memorable
it's
and
more-
what
yeah,
happened
it's
in it, and then throughout the story, they pretty much create the Assassin's Order unintentionally at first, and then it becomes kind of an intentional thing that hey, we're going to be behind the scenes and we're going to do this and we're going to keep these people down because we found these pieces of Eden, which they wrote
Again,
back
yeah.
in.
These
Okay.
apples of Eden.
For the
That's
record, you
nice.
always know you're at the end of the Assassin's Creed game when your boss fight is a guy who has magical powers.
Of course, of course. So
Oh,
what
I'm
are
at
the
the end.
Templars?
That guy's making decoys appear and he's pushing me away with magic.
Yeah.
Are there any Templars in this?
There's no official Templars.
No?
There is an order, though, that is manipulating everything behind the scenes, and you're going around correcting that.
Okay.
So, and then
see
once
that.
you've corrected it all, they decide that they need to make this order, and because they're making this order, they can never be together. This is kind of a big spoiler for the ending, so I'm going to stop.
Yeah, don't do that. Because I'll probably play it in like 6 or 7 months when I'm not burned out on Assassin's Creed anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, if I can't, what I just told you is not a huge spoiler. If I kept going, we'd get a lot of hate.
oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, let's just stop here. No, it's a cool story though. It's interesting. It sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
It is. It really is. And that's the problem I feel with Assassin's Creeds and why Bayek stands out. Because they sat down and they said, okay, let's take an extra year. Let's really flesh out the character, flesh out the story, flesh
Yeah.
out the gameplay.
I'm glad
make
they
this
did
game
that.
enjoyable again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, here's your yearly Assassin's Creed. Doesn't the assassin look cool?
Yeah, I'm really glad that Ubisoft did what game publishers are supposed to do
Well,
and like take time and make their game. Thanks
Side
a lot,
note,
Ubisoft. I
side
appreciate
note.
it.
Ubisoft.
Side note, to go with what you just said, they came out with a public statement and have stated that 3 titles that everyone was expecting early 2018 are being pushed back 6 months to a year because they discovered that by giving them more development time, the games can come out better and get better critically acclaimed.
Yeah, congratulations, Ubisoft, for figuring out shit everybody knew all along. Like, I mean,
I guess Activision didn't know about that.
yeah, you know what? Like, developers are discovering if you take your time with a game, it'll be better. Like what?
So I think it's the crew.
Yeah.
The crew got pushed back like 6 months, and there's another game. There's 2 other ones, but they announced 3 of them, and the statement
Not
was
Far Cry, though,
because
right?
of how well Assassin's Creed came out, because they gave it extra time. Oh, maybe we should do that with more games.
Yeah, developers are discovering if you don't put everything behind a paywall, you won't piss your fans off. Like, I mean, like it's. You know, that needs to be a thing. Developers are discovering. Like, that needs to be, like, we need to make a series out of that.
I know, but it's just like EA going, oh, people don't like pay-to-win loot boxes? We'll make it work.
Yeah, it's common sense things. Like, you know, like I discovered yesterday, if I jump into a pool and don't come back up, I'll drown. Like, yeah, man.
It's not that simple, Rob.
No, it's very simple.
It's not that simple.
It's pretty simple.
No,
It's
I
really not that
agree with
simple.
Rob on this one.
It's
like,
because it was that way. It's not like we've gone into space for the first time and we're learning it all. Like this has been.
I get it, but
some of the most
developers-
memorable games are games that did not have yearly releases.
I understand that, but these people still have to pay their bills and get.
Yeah, but it took Elder Scrolls, like it took Skyrim 6 years to come out.
Hell, even
And
the
it's-
best
and it's
Call
an
of
amazing
Duties weren't the yearly releases. This was back when they would just come out when they were done. Yes, they were still fast, but it wasn't like every October is a Call of Duty.
I mean, it kind of has been.
For a while, what I'm saying is like back in the day. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure back in the Modern Warfare days, that was still like they came out like every year and a half, 2 years, but
No,
it
it
wasn't like a
alternated.
yearly thing every year.
Yeah, it alternated. I mean, you had like COD 4, World at War. You had Modern Warfare 2. You had, you know.
Well, no, Modern
Warfare.
Warfare was before all that. We just had COD 4 and then Modern Warfare, and then that's back when they were just making them.
No, you had. Like,
I'm looking that up real fast. As
Yeah, you had
well.
World
Oh
at
my
War.
God, Ben.
You had World War. You
Running
had,
out of time.
Anyway,
here.
number 2 is Resident Evil 7, Jack Baker. Explain that one, because I barely remember that game at this point. You just played it again on our Twitch stream.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, without spoiling it, it's gonna be hard though.
Isn't Jack Baker the guy from 24?
He's not. No, that's Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Jack's
Bauer.
family's always been really, really helpful towards strangers until they came across a girl who infected them and pretty much infected them to do her bidding. And how do I? How do
Wow,
I
that
get
sounds
past
like a
the
really
spoilers?
memorable
How do I
story.
get past the spoilers?
You just
though?
did it like. She's trying not to spoil
Yeah, I'm
it.
not trying- yeah,
Like
I'm
I was
trying not
going
to
in some
spoil it.
pretty heavy spoiler
Like,
territory
man,
with my
like, this
Assassin
sounds like a
thing.
memorable game, man.
Like
it's-
they just came out with the DLC, so I don't want to spoil it for people who might want to
Oh,
just
okay.
get into it.
Just like I was spoiling a game that came out like a month ago.
yeah, don't spoil it.
He's just, I mean, it's just his story is very unfortunate. Essentially, he was just everyone hates him for who he is until they figure out at the very end he's just a nice guy who just wasn't fortunate.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and he's
Maybe he
just
shouldn't
a
have
very,
been so nice.
and he's just a very
That's,
no,
yeah. Teaches nice people
he was
suck.
just
Nice people, man. Nice guys finish last. I don't know
my
what to tell
All
you,
right,
man.
side note, I was completely wrong. Ever since Call of Duty 2, they've come out every year.
Yeah, it's not been a.
Yeah.
They alternate between the Treyarch.
No,
and
I know the
Infinity
companies
Ward.
have always alternated. It was Infinity Ward Treyarch, and then they were like, Sledgehammer!
Yeah. Never soft. Remember when they did Tony Stark Pro Skater?
Tony Stark Pro Skater?
What?
That would be a fun game.
Tony Hawk
and now
Pro
it has
Skater?
rockets!
Dude, I would actually Tony Stark Pro Skater would be pretty awesome. I am renaming Tony Hawk to Tony Stark.
Sure.
Tony
So,
Stark
okay,
Pro
so you
Skater.
feel that he's a good, strong character, though?
I
Do you
mean,
agree with this?
You can just read it,
Okay, I guess.
you know, or because
In a gaming year that seemed to lack memorable villains, Jack Baker feels like something of a revelation, even if the character ultimately errs on the side of parody. He's the patriarch of the Baker
he's
family,
a redneck, yeah.
whose house you wind up exploring at the sum of Resident Evil's latest installment. Weird and wonderful though the other Bakers are in their own special ways, it's Jack who makes the biggest impact. Basically, Jack is a maniac who wants nothing more than to see Resident Evil's protagonist, Ethan, murdered in the most horrifying manner possible. Essentially, he's a crazed hillbilly. He's the crazed hillbilly you've seen in countless films over the years, though it's the voice acting, courtesy of Jack Brand, that really elevates the character.
Yes.
The fact that Jack plagues you for the sum of the game, constantly returning from the dead in order to harass you some more, means that he's arguably one element of the game that you will remember long after you finish playing it. It's also worth mentioning, aside from being downright terrifying, Jack is actually really funny. He straddles the line of being genuinely scary and outright hilarious, which is obviously what you want from a villain of this type.
Yeah.
Yeah, when are we gonna get back to just zombies in Resident Evil?
He's just showing up with a chainsaw going, Ethan, where are you? It's
Yeah,
just,
that's cool, I guess. I don't know.
oh my God. All right, just moving on. moving on. Moving on.
That moment.
I miss the old Resident Evil 2 days.
I don't.
When you were just running around like Raccoon City. And
No,
getting like a
I
minigun.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Resident Evil needs. What happened to zombies?
Whatever
you're
happened to
done
zombies,
jerking
man?
each other's
What
dick,
happened?
just
What
let me
happened to
know.
the Nemesis monster
Let me know.
chasing
No,
after
because
me?
seriously,
and
1 through
getting the
3 was
Desert
like
Eagle?
zombies and then one really big nasty monster.
Yeah, what is it? No, the
It was a tyrant. Yeah, it was a tyrant and the
Tyrants.
Nemesis, depending on which one you were playing. But now it's like, now we got creepy, freaky things. Now we got monsters that gooey. Now we got like scary mind creatures.
I mean, I kind of like the Nemesis because if I remember the tyrants were just really slow and they would just walk towards you. But like the Nemesis would run after you. I'm pretty
no,
sure.
I thought the Nemesis blew the walls up.
Well, the Nemesis would do that, but there were times like when it shows up, like if you take off running, it'll chase you.
Yeah, well, I know that. Yeah, the tyrant was slow, but he had the tentacles. He'd grab you from a distance.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What?
Nothing. I just said, oh, you done stroking each other's dicks? You good? Let's go.
Rob.
Oh, Bunny!
Oh, Rob!
Yes, Bunny!
Yes, Rob!
Oh my God!
You're so right, Rob! You're
Oh.
amazing! Explain it to me, Rob! Number 1.
Oh, God.
I can't pronounce her name. What is it?
I gotta
Senra.
ask, man. Was it
Senra.
as good for you as it was for me?
It could have been better.
Well, fine, man. That's how you're gonna be.
Yep.
Gary's just like, what the hell?
So number 1 is Senra
man.
from Senua's Hellblade.
I didn't play that
Senua's
game past
Sacrifice.
the intro. It
I
was
know
too slow
because
for me.
yeah, exactly.
too slow.
Of course, it was too slow.
Yeah.
Even though you're the one who was like, oh, you're gonna love this. Oh my god, it's so amazing.
And you did.
I've actually played like the first hour of it. It's incredible.
The story was
And then
good,
he
but it was
like,
too slow
it's
for
only
me.
gonna be like 3 hours, and it ended up being like 10 hours. Yeah. That's good.
Anyway, explain her.
Go for it. I wrote it
All
for a
right,
reason.
the hero from
Damn
Hellblade,
it.
Senua's Sacrifice, is completely unlike most video game protagonists gamers are used to. She isn't superpowered or muscular. She isn't imbued with any physical prowess. She's a regular woman who finds herself caught in a terrible situation. It's entirely refreshing to find yourself in the end of a character designed in this way. She's a warrior who spends the length of the nightmarish game suffering in the wake of a horrific trauma, battling various forms of mental illness, mainly psychosis. Tackling these themes is incredibly ambitious for a video game and admirable by default, but the execution is amazing as well. The character work employed to explore her design, her movement, her voice acting is breathtaking. She's so real that she puts other video game characters to shame. Only once you've played Hellblade do you realize that most of the character work in other games is poorly done. It's games like this and protagonists like her that will ultimately raise the bar and further cementing the medium as a true art form.
Yes.
There's a bunch more, but it's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
The actress actually won an award at the Games Award for
did
her
she?
acting. Yes.
Yeah.
So
It was too slow of a game for me. I hate many rant. I despise games that want
You
to tell you the
despise good
story.
games, got it.
And to tell you the story, they trap you. In like you can only walk. You can't move. You can't jump. You can't.
I hate that.
You know you
I
can
have
do
ADD,
that, right?
and even I don't care if you have story.
you know you can sprint, right, in that game?
No, but not when they're doing the story elements in the beginning, which is where I just got bored of the game.
You mean when the credits started?
It's the same crap I hate in the Arkham games, where Batman's like, "We need to chase the Joker." Hey, Alfred, what's going on? Yeah, I can't open this door. I'm on the phone.
They're
How you
setting
doing,
up
Alfred?
like all you've gone through, because I'm pretty sure I was there when you actually played, was the whole setup.
I got through the first
of
hallway.
the voices in their head.
No. I got through the first hallway of the puzzles and stuff.
Nah, there's okay. Well, you
There-
definitely
Nah,
did not.
bro. Nah.
You definitely did not.
And it doesn't matter. The game still walls you behind as they explain and do things, and I don't like that. I
Okay.
like to move around and
And
do
you just-
stuff.
yeah,
I
you
don't
just-
like it in Batman. I don't like it in Hellblade. I don't like it. Remember the old game Homefront?
Yeah.
They put the checkpoints in front of that shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you feel like you die, and then you're like, no, I got to spend 5 minutes listening to some asshole talk to me.
Yeah, Homefront sucked. That game was not very good.
Oh, I didn't beat it because I got so irritated. I can't stand games that force you. Fine, you want to do it the first time through, but don't let me jump around. Let me do something.
Yeah.
I don't want to just sit here and you have nothing interesting, because that was the problem with Hellblade. They would talk to her and there was nothing visually interesting. It's the problem with Batman. Hey, I'm making a phone call.
I really don't think you've played past like 30 minutes.
No,
then.
I played the first hour and a half. Quit freaking telling me how much I played a fucking game.
I don't know.
I'm the one that
actually.
played
I
it and told
was
you to
there.
play it.
I was there. No, literally, you just booted it up and then you just went through that first cutscene and you were
No.
like, yeah. I
No,
was
I
there.
definitely-
I was in the office, dude.
Oh my god! I went through the entire combat tutorial. I went into the actual battles.
Combat
I went
tutorial.
into the door to the puzzles. I did it, Rob.
Yep.
Thank you for watching Listcussion today. Don't forget to follow us by subscribing to this channel and following us on Twitter at EligibleMonster. I'm at ComicsStorian if you want to follow me individually. He's at Comics Explained. And Natalie is at Zodico Candy, also known as at I'm Wrong.
I'm sorry that...
I am so sleeping on the couch tonight. We'll see you next time right here.
Wow.